Good morning, Kentuckiana. Approaching 6 a.m. here on your Tuesday, and we're hitting the roads this morning with some snow coming down in Kentuckiana. Here's a live look from Jim Stratman and photojournalist Addie Hill. They're on Shelbyville Road, heading east towards the Middletown area, where they've been seeing snow come down all across J-Town, all the way kind of from down in Shively. So heading east now, we'll let you know shortly what things are looking like. And we also are going to tell you about how the city is handling the weather and what you can do to stay safe as you head out. I'm here with Mallory Schnell this morning. And Mallory, yeah, staying safe is certainly going to be an impact for people. We'll let you know, too, that Jefferson County schools are on NTI today because of the snow, a safety concern, of course, always, and other surrounding counties moving to online learning or canceling class entirely. That scrolls at the bottom of the screen for folks.
Yeah, really better safe than sorry today. At this hour, we are seeing that snow really melting upon contact with the ground. And today's snow, it's going to be a slushy snow. So I'm expecting quite a bit of melting, kind of grassy accumulations at first, but with the higher clips of snow, we could start to see some of that accumulating snow on the roads as we head throughout the morning and into the early afternoon. You can definitely see the radar filling in across much of Kentuckiana, more so Louisville areas southward, and more of that rain closer to the Tennessee border there. So we're going to be really tracking that rain snow line across our viewing area throughout the course of the day today. But our weather alerts, this is a colorful map. We have in the deep blue a winter storm warning. This is basically the best corridor of seeing a few inches of accumulating snowfall from Louisville down to the parkways, areas off to the east into Lexington as well. Down to the south where we're expecting more rain rather than snow, a flood watch is in place in the green, and then off to the north is purple. This is a winter weather advisory, basically a step below a winter storm warning, where lower accumulations of maybe an inch to up to 2 inches are possible there. Visibility has certainly dropped. Louisville down to Fort Knox, Bardstown, E-Town, Springfield, less than 2 miles in many spots over to Lexington. Temperatures hovering right around freezing, so that's helping with the roads at this hour. We'll see how much that drops throughout the morning, but your futurecast certainly showing the radar continuing to fill in over the next couple of hours. We're expecting those slushy snow showers throughout the morning. That rain snow line tries to drift northward closer to the parkways by this afternoon, so we could start to see more of that rain mixing in before it all comes to an end later on this evening. Just some patchy drizzle lingering into the overnight hours. Of course, we'll talk much more about today's forecast. We'll take a look at our snowfall forecast map and talk about the more rounds of rain that we're expecting later on this week. That's coming up in our 7-day in just a bit.
Mallory, thank you. Jim Stratman's out on the road taking a look at the conditions right now. And Jim, we know the snow team's been working overnight, working right now, getting everybody prepped and ready for that morning commute.
That's right, Grace. I mean, they're trying to get this ready as they possibly can be. The snow coming down out here in the east end of Louisville. We're over towards the Eastwood Middletown border right now. We'll take you outside of the weather vehicle along Shelbyville Road, and you can see we're coming up on a fire department right here. We're gonna head over towards Eastwood here in a second and then double back down, and really we're seeing the same thing that we've seen everywhere. We're seeing snow on roofs, snow on cars, not a lot of snow on the roads just yet. However, you mentioned it, those temperatures have been dropping throughout the day or throughout the morning. We started this morning around 5 a.m. with temperatures still up in the 40s, and now we've dropped at least 10 degrees. We're back down to at freezing in our car, and so we could see these road conditions start to deteriorate a little bit as the day goes on, depending on, as Mallory said, how cold it gets and how much intensity this snow keeps up with. Now let's take you out to the snow map right now. You're going to see a lot of red. You're going to see that the crews have been working throughout this morning. They are going to continue working throughout the day to try to get all of these roads cleared as best they can. Expect to see a lot of salt coming down here in the early part of this snowstorm. Until we start to see some of the snow piling up on roadways, we probably won't get a lot of plowing. A lot of salt is going to be the way that they go for the beginning of this day at the very least. We'll come on back inside, and just a reminder, this is wet roads to be sure right now, so you're going to want to make sure you take it a little bit slow, add a little bit more time to your commute, and make sure you get where you're going safely. Grace?
Jim, thank you. Hey, you mentioned the salt. It's always good to have plenty on hand for the winter weather. Ace Hardware in Portland made sure to restock rock salt ahead of the snow today. The store supplies salt for a lot of the major hotels in Louisville, as well as the KFC Yum Center. Benjamin Moore at Ace Hardware told us that after the big snowstorm earlier this year, people are likely better prepared this time around.
A lot of people last time has already stockpiled. They came here and they was literally buying it by the whole skid. We putting whole skids on pickup trucks last time. So a lot of people's already pre-prepared for what we gave them last time.
Moore says the store has plenty of salt for those who still need it. Ace Hardware uses local suppliers, so it doesn't have to wait for shipments. On days like this, it is important to be weather aware. You can check out our live radar or get the latest updates right on your phone. Just download the free WHAS11 app. You can find it for free in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. It's 6:05. Some other news to tell you about this morning. The suspect in a deadly DUI crash in the Portland neighborhood will appear in court for the first time today. 38-year-old Scott Drollinger is charged with murder. According to police, just before 8 Sunday night, Drollinger lost control of his truck on Northwestern Parkway. Arrest documents say Drollinger's truck hit a utility pole and a metal fence before coming to a stop. Police say the fence went through the passenger side of the truck, killing 38-year-old Anna Gonzalez. Drollinger was taken to the hospital. A toxicology report shows he had a blood alcohol content nearly double the legal limit. He's expected to face a judge this morning at 9. And people who live in the Portland area where the crash was say these type of situations have happened so many times they've lost count. Neighbor Jordan Tackett told us people die in vehicle crashes around there all the time.
When I'm walking around, I see all kinds of, mini memorial sites where there's one just down that alley right there where there's somebody with their pictures all over a post where they've been hit and killed.
WHAS11 also reached out to Louisville Metro Councilwoman Donna Purvis, who represents the area. She said she hopes to meet soon with Public Works to discuss measures to enhance safety along that route. Right now, Metro Police are working to find out what led to a 13-year-old girl being shot in the leg. Police say it happened around 7:30 last night at an apartment on 8 Bells Lane in Valley Station. Officers say the girl was alert when they took her to the hospital, and she is expected to survive. Now we turn to an update about the closed Blackiston Mill Bridge. The property owner has granted Floyd County officials voluntary access to the dam to begin cleanup. Crews will be focused on removing debris in Silver Creek, including dead trees, which are blocking up the dam. Last week, excess rainwater and snow melt along with the debris caused water to reroute around the dam, damaging the Blackiston Mill Bridge. Before now, crews haven't been able to access the dam to fix the issue. The Floyd County Commissioner says the county plans to begin cleanup once the incoming winter storm passes through, but we don't yet know how long the process will take. Happening tonight, there is a meeting to discuss the Jefferson County Schools superintendent search. The Community Advisory Committee will meet at the Van Hoos Education Center off Newburgh Road at 5. Current superintendent Dr. Marty Polio is stepping down this summer. JCBS wants to have a new superintendent in place by July the 1st. Mallory, it's going to be kind of a sloppy morning out there for folks.
Good morning, Grace. Yes, that slushy snowfall filling in across the Louisville metro areas down to the south as well, where it's been ongoing a little bit longer around the parkways, Litchfield, E-Town, Bardstown, Campbellsville as well. Today is a weather impact alert day. Of course, we'll be talking much more about the forecast and take a look at that snowfall forecast map coming up in just a few minutes. But let's take you out to our roads this morning, where we are seeing that snow continuing to fall across the Louisville metro. But as Jim has been mentioning, it's really melting on contact, especially with those interstates as temperatures hover right above freezing. Down to the south, however, where it has been snowing a little bit longer, you're seeing those oranges, those reds around E-Town on 65, and then on the parkways as well around Bardstown and off to Litchfield. So we'll be monitoring these traffic conditions, and once again, we'll take a full look at our forecast coming up in a few minutes.